Well, this is the crew. There's Becky, Melissa, Kathleen.
Oh, you brought your GoPro.
I did. Correen and Coach Tracy.
We tried to do it without a nose piece and I almost died. I think this is a great location. All the exciting things we can find at Horizon Herbs. Anyways, a brief introduction for myself. I'm Correen Slauson. I've been married to Rob Slauson for 19 years. We have 3 children. They're 17, 19, and 20, so basically they're adults. I grew up with 6 brothers and a sister. We grew up on a farm. And we grew up in a culture where we were to work, which taught us great life skills. But it was also a culture where where competitive sports was not something that was promoted, and especially for women. So that was a little bit challenging for me. I just grew up knowing that I had to work. We moved to Fort Macleod 19 years ago. It was a little bit of a struggle for me coming from a community that I had been in for probably, I want to say 15 years. I had a great job there. It was close to my family, so it was a totally different community. And I had to say I struggled a little bit. And it was then that I met up with John and Melissa Herwire, as well as Dr. Alan Poitras. And they began telling me stories about triathlons, and first of all, the triathlon in Fort Macleod. This really intrigued me, and it sounded like something that I might enjoy. And so we decided to sign up for our first triathlon, and that would have been in Falcon, and it was a sprint triathlon. And from there, we've just pursued some of the local triathlons. We gained so many positive friends along the way, and they provide us with support, encouragement, and sometimes just a shoulder to cry on in life's busy days. Why do I want to do a full Ironman? That's a good question. First, I'll just say peer pressure. We have such a great group of friends, and so it's like, hey, we're due in Maryland. You should sign up. And so then we kind of just send out text to each other, and we just kind of pressure each other to do it. But ultimately, COVID was a really dark time for me, as I love the discipline it takes to compete in a sport, as well as the positive mental health aspects of training and just associating with our friends, our fellow athletes. It's just a totally different community, and unless you're in it, it's actually really hard to explain.
How's your workout so far?
She's about to put on her paddles, which is my favorite thing.
I love paddles.
It's the part that hurts me. When my husband turned 50, doing a full Ironman was something that he had always wanted to do, but time slipped by. And now as I sit in the beginning of January and I reflect on what are my goals, what do I want to do, I'll be turning 50. My friends are doing a full Ironman in Maryland. I was like, yeah, this is the year. So I signed up for a full Ironman in Maryland. Have I ever done an Ironman? And the answer to that is no. So I have no idea what I'm getting into. It'll be a whole new world. The training will be different, the nutrition will be different, and I'll be needing a lot of rest. I've done some other long distance races, so after we were introduced to the local events and the local triathlons here, I ended up doing 70.3 St. George. This was probably one of my hardest races. It was probably one of my first races, so that's a half distance Ironman. It was a great area. Of course, our crew of friends was there. We had watched our husbands compete there before. So it was a great experience, and just crossing that finish line was something pretty amazing. And so after that, I raced half Ironman in Boise, Idaho. We have a friend that lives out there. Once again, it's like our core group of people, you know, the crazies that joined each other. I actually raced that one twice. Once I went down with really a friend I didn't even really know, and we traveled together and we had an amazing time, and it was a great experience as well. I also raced in Boulder, Colorado, and I went down with a friend that I had met basically at a swimming pool. So I showed up at the swimming pool to train at the university, and she happened to be there, and that's how I made a connection with her. My best race that I had was in Oceanside, California, and that was also a half distance Ironman. I love Oceanside. I love the warmth. I just love the ocean. It was one of my best times, and so actually in April I'll be competing there again, kind of as a pre-race to get my body back into it. The run will be a little bit more challenging than it was the years before due to an injury, but we're working on that and feeling more confident each day. Some of the other races that I've done, along with my crew of friends and my girlfriends, and of course my husband, is we've done a 100K Ultra. So that was in Lethbridge. It's called the Lost Soul. We've also done 2 50K Ultras as well. And the ultras are something that I've done with my husband, and he's very competitive as well, and so he pushes me, and sometimes I pout, but he's a great motivator. And the last race I really did was the 160K Grand Fondo in Cardston. Now this was quite the adventure because you start up on a hill, and my husband's a strong uphill rider, and he just wanted me to push hard. But we hadn't really trained for 160K. However, it was a wonderful race. We had a good time. My goal for this race is actually just to take in the beauty of Maryland. I've actually been reading where the race course is, where the bike course is. It looks like just an amazing place to be. We'll probably have 2 of our kids there. Some of our friends are going to be there. We have some fellow athletes that are competing to celebrate my birthday there. So I'm pretty excited about that, and we're hoping that Melissa will join us with her videography and record that. Other than that, my goal is to really just to finish, to listen to my body, and as I'm training, my goal is to stay healthy and safe. Sometimes as athletes, we want to pursue those expectations of where we were previously, prior to COVID, to where we are now, and we have to take the time to let our bodies adapt to that and pay attention to our nutrition. I would say my goal, it would also be to have like a calm swim. They often say you don't win it in the swim, so my goal is just to have a calm swim, to have a really strong bite, which is my favorite part of the race, and to be able to finish the run strong. So running is a little bit of my weakness, and so my goal is just to be able to finish that run and feel good. It's hard to set an actual time goal for this race because I've never done something like this. I kind of know my swim time, my bike time, and my run time, so those would be my goals, but ultimately it is to finish and finish strong and do a good job. I want to be able to push my body to its fullest capacity, and I'm just looking forward to that finish line. I love the fact that our friends are competing as well, and I just love how we all inspire each other. I love the discipline it takes, even when most of my training happens first thing in the morning. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge just to fit it all in, but I'm really looking forward to it.